Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. Former Ripple executive Craig DeWitt talks about Ethereum and Bitcoin. They could be next. And how about this? Ripple Labs crypto investors get a class status in the securities lawsuit. What does that mean? We're going to find out. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, $1.23 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is off by 2.4%. Good afternoon, everybody. Bitcoin now $30,282 and change. $1,900 slightly over for Ethereum. $83.4 billion for the market cap for USD Tether. And we still don't know how the U.S. government feels about it. XRP is 47 cents. It's off by 2.2% in a 24-hour, up by 1.2 in a 7-day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't had the opportunity, you should check it out. The link underneath the video for DPMG, the Digital Perspectives Mastermind group. Your life is busy. You can't keep up with everything. Listen, if you want to get to the goals and the place you want to be as an investor, you need to have like-minded people around you that are working on the same things or have already achieved what you're looking to do. This is the place to do it with no hassles, I can tell you that, and all the support you could ever want. This is a special time because you can click right now on the link and get a 3-day free trial to the group. This is not like the YouTube channel. This is a completely different experience. And I tell you, you should join the hundreds of others in here and make the investment into yourself because everyone in here is working towards a goal and they're getting it done. Click the link underneath the video. Let's start right here. Speaking of working towards a goal, don't forget that in August, BRICS Coalition is meeting, and they plan on announcing how they're going to do this new world reserve currency they're talking about so often. BRICS is finalizing mass expansion plans as more countries are showing interest in joining the economic alliance. And here we see breaking news from Russian embassy in Kenya says the new BRICS trading currency is backed by gold. Again, we're 1 month away from August where we are to find out exactly how they intend to do this. Now, they're saying already in broadcasting that it will be backed by gold. We shall see and what the effects will be. Here, clients of Singapore bank DBS can now collect payments from customers in an electronic central bank digital currency, Chinese Yuan, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we know this is important to understand because China has been leading this digital currency front with central banks, right? CBDCs, and there's more going to be coming on this day, later today, I believe it is. Is that right? Yeah, let me see real quick here. I want to make sure I'm yes, we should get more information later today on that as well. We'll keep you up to date on it. China's winning the race. That's not good. That's not good vibes here at this house. Meanwhile, Coinbase continues to halt on XRP trading on its exchange while not pausing the trading of other coins and their own staking service the SEC is calling a security. And why you don't explain the inconsistency, only the conclusion. Well, this here from Bill Belisarius here, Bill Morgan, shout out to him, who basically says here, with the inconsistency of the Coinbase approach to not stop offering what the SEC is calling securities on their own platform in the lending, but now saying that they should relist XRP, but to not do that, Bill Morgan, crypto enthusiast, legal analyst, said it had different motives behind not relisting XRP token while continuing to allow trading of other assets the SEC has recognized as securities. He targeted Paul Grewal, chief legal officer at Coinbase, about the inconsistency in treating the crypto asset. And he says here, Coinbase continues to halt the XRP trading on exchange while not pausing the trading of other coins and your own staking service the SEC calls a security. Why don't you explain the inconsistency? The only conclusion, another motive. And up until now, Coinbase and Paul Grewal have not offered a sufficient answer to that question. Well, I tell you what, I think Craig DeWitt's got it right here. We have said this multiple times on this channel. I feel like Ethereum will get sued by the SEC, and I feel like ultimately Bitcoin will be sued by the SEC. And I know everybody's knee-jerk reaction is, well, who do I sue and send the paperwork to if I sue Bitcoin? Well, oddly enough, that's what's funny about all of this. If you go back to the Ethereum Qcoin case, where the Southern District of New York Attorney General has already stated in the Qcoin case and complaint filed against Qcoin that inside of that complaint, Ethereum is a security, according to the New York Attorney General. And if no one shows up, she could simply write and ask for a declaration that Ethereum is in fact a security. And they don't think for an instant that they couldn't do the same thing with Bitcoin. Look, I'll go back to the SEC versus Ripple case very quickly too. What have we heard from several legal analysts? There could be a split decision. That split decision could in fact be the early sales prior to the creation of the commercial use product on-demand liquidity. If that were to happen, then that would really be the judge stating that if the early sales were unregistered securities, that could cause a problem, because that could send a signal to the SEC that every single project in the world as a digital asset company or token starts out as a security. And don't think for an instant that the SEC wouldn't run with that kind of a decision. But listen to what Craig says here.
I will say it was odd. I mean, the whole flow is very odd that you'd start out with XRPL as the first port of call that you go to try to essentially kill a crypto company in the United States.
Yeah.
When, by some of the own admissions, like there was an ICO at Ethereum. I'm not saying that's bad, but there was. That clearly is something that the SEC believes was a security at some point. My guess, though, if I really think what's going on, I think that there is an effort to actually try to kill crypto within the United States. And my gut, this is just a guess, my gut is that they're following kind of a classic federal regulator approach, and that is divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
Go after this one, make this one seem okay, then go after this one, make this one seem okay, and then go for the end kill. I would not be surprised if they eventually sue Ethereum, right? Those folks were cheering when when XRP got sued. I imagine they go after Ethereum. And the Bitcoin maximalists are cheering for that right now. And then after they do that, wouldn't be surprised if they go after BTC.
Yeah, and that's what I see here on this channel, and I've been saying it for a long time. And I believe USD Tether could be wrapped up in that too. And if you think about Bitcoin being a kill shot, which I believe it could be, I think USD Tether is the actual final blow, because that is how you could suffocate the majority of token projects in this market and scare everyone from institutions to retail investors about being in this space with their hard-earned money. We shall see. Right here, we see Paul Grewal, Chief Legal Officer of Coinbase, said, I have reread the Major Questions Doctrine holding in Nebraska at page 19 through 26. If you were to swap out secretary for chair and swap out digital asset for student loans that exist in the Nebraska Major Question Doctrine, and the conclusion would be the SEC's interpretation of investment contract violates the law. But yet it has not changed their approach when it comes to relisting XRP. One has to wonder why. Then here I put this article out yesterday calling all legal analysts here. Ripple Labs crypto investors get class status in the securities lawsuit. And it says here, investor class was granted certification in a cryptocurrency securities lawsuit against the company over virtual token losses. I didn't know what this meant, so I was calling on all legal analysts. And here we got one that showed up. Shout out to Jeremy Hogan, who said, class certification just means the judge thinks there will be enough plaintiffs that all the claims should be kind of lumped together. It's really a no-brainer here, but it has no effect on the SEC case whatsoever. I am curious how the SEC case will affect the class action, though. And that is going to be interesting. So now with that being said, let's hear from Fred Rispoli here. who says that in response, he says, I haven't read the order and article behind the paywall, but bad news for Ripple for sure. Never good for a company when a class is certified. However, considering it's going the distance with the SEC, it would seem the same strategy would apply here in this case. Next step is summary judgment. So it is behind the pace of the SEC case. So this is the Zakanoff case out of California. On a more important level, Fred says, I need to do more research on what happens if XRP is ruled not a security in New York, but is a security in this Oakland case. Then he asked for help from Mark Fable on this, and I don't think that Mark had responded as the last time I looked. So we'll keep you up to date on that, but that's the Zakanoff case where that class has happened, and it's basically referring to everyone in the U.S. and not just in California, because I got word from John Deaton as well. So we'll keep you up to date on anything else that happens. But I wanted to show you this because it's not all bad from where I'm sitting. I know that this has been a long journey, and hopefully that we are very close to getting towards the end. And what is the end? Well, the end is clarity, and not just clarity, but use. Clarity that allows the use of the asset, digital asset XRP. I want to play this from Black Swan Capitalist. Shout out to them. Versan and all them over there are doing a great job on their channel and their media company there. And I want to play this for you and let you hear what it said here.
We are really in this massive global competition all over the world for the future of our financial infrastructure.
Now, I want you to just think about that for a second. That's what we're talking about here. And that case was used as a weapon. And I think it was used as a weapon by public officials that had inside knowledge of exactly how powerful the technology of Ripple, the company, and XRP Ledger is. And I tell you, or are. So I think with that being said, Ripple will find itself in a position very, very unlikely from where we started here. It started, this case was a weapon, but now we're moving to where it ends up turning out to be the best thing that ever could have happened, believe it or not, because the legal clarity from this case when we win, and I do believe we will win, will allow XRP to be exactly where this woman just said, is smack dab in the middle of the financial system.
I believe that much of that is going to come from disruptive financial technologies, like crypto, like fintech, and the country that captures the talent that's building out these really fascinating financial rails is going to find themselves in the next 3 to 5 years very much at the center of our global financial infrastructure.
I'm really pleased that attention is now focused on the role that cryptos can play.
There are some cryptos that are working with regulators and are working with banks.
I agree.
Ripple would be an example.
Ripple would be an
XRP.
example, right.
Now this is and I can imagine in the next 5 years, instead of us doing sterling against the dollar or sterling against yen and doing these kinds of transactions, we'll do sterling versus Ripple. And the reason being, dollar right now is a 2-day settlement. With something like Ripple, you could do settlement in seconds.
And there you have it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's look at this real quick before we get out of here. It's Egg Rag Crypto talking about the monthly VPVR, which is volume profile visible range. Provides insight into the high volume preferences ranges acting as support and resistance levels. Bulls and bears are battling at these significant levels. Like we said when we first started the video, we are 47 cents, which is just below that critical 48 cents line. He says here, influencing future price action, the point of control, the POC, at 30 cents to 35 cents is a strong support level with price gravitating towards it. It says Valhalla is 58 cents and above there, 17 cents mark upper and lower boundaries of the value area. He says it is clear that closing above 58 will be an open high and FOMO will kick in and it could push XRP to price rocket levels. And this is where you can see it right here. You can see we have been in this range for years, ladies and gentlemen. For years, this bottom range has been here. And we could revisit that. And we have to be aware of that. And if we do, you have to know what you hold. Now, I'm not trying to sell a used car. I'm just telling you I'm here for the long haul because I'm a permabull, and it's okay if you're not. Everybody has different risk appetite. Everybody has different things in their life, different ages, different things they want from their investments. You have to weigh those out for yourself as well. And if you're looking for more ways to do that, I encourage you to get inside the Digital Perspective Mastermind Group, the DPMG. Click the link underneath the video, take advantage of that special offer, and find out just how special it is. Join the hundreds of others and help get yourself on track to accomplish your goals. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.